I hit one of the buttons by accident. So that was what messed it up, but I figured it out. I was about to go buy a new projector. Well, a used one. I wasn't going to buy a new one. Can't afford a new one. Got to buy a used one, secondhand. Do you live in Maricopa County? No, negative. I do not live in Maricopa. I do not, but the reason that I do these hearings is because, shit, I don't know any other place that broadcasts them live every day, all day, around the clock, 365 days a year. If I did, then I would be there. But yeah, here we are. Gotta make sure my black shirt. Saludos desde Tucson, Arizona. Hey, what's up, Victor Montes? What made you want to start streaming hearings? I don't know. I wanted to do something. Well, you know what? It all started. I live in Maricopa County, so it started off. I used to stream. Well, I still stream. I stream board of parole hearings. And how did I start doing those? I don't even know, man. I just one day, I'm not sure if you're familiar with what I do. So I do a lot of interviews over the phone with dudes that are in prison in California. So they would tell me like, hey, like I'm gonna go to a parole board hearing. Can you check if you could go on it? And then, to make a long story short, California doesn't let you. They don't let you participate in them unless you're like a victim or you're connected to the crime. So then, but then I started looking at other states, and other states allow you to participate, or not participate, but view them. So that's what kind of started my whole my path down these hearings and whatnot. So I started with Board of Parole, and then whatnot. Now here we are in Maricopa County, and sometimes we're even out in Florida. So that's kind of how it went down. I started off with the prison interviews, the prison releases, the prison video visits, the prison releases. So are you live on YT? Yes, I am. Oh, yes, I am. Hey, gracias. I appreciate that, Triple C. Gracias a ti. So yeah, that's what I do. It's all within the same realm, of prison, incarceration experience and whatnot. And here I am. And I like it, man. We get our clown on, at other people's expenses. And we also learn too, you could learn from these hearings and whatnot. Hey, don't drink and drive. Don't beat your old lady. Don't beat your vato. Just don't do it. Don't go shoplifting at Target. Don't loiter at Circle K. There's lessons to be learned with these hearings. Not only do we get a good laugh, but there's also a learning opportunity. Don't do anything. Don't commit any crimes, because you're probably going to end up online. At least, when I was out there in the streets, man, I didn't have to worry about, showing up on TV or the internet. Now it's like, man. And imagine, you committed a crime like 30 years ago, and then you're all over the internet now. Like, damn, who would have thought 30 years ago? Nobody knew what the internet was 30 years ago. Not at least I didn't. I mean, I didn't hear about the internet till maybe 1998, 98, 97. That's when the infancy that I started, hearing about the internet. It was a world away. I was in my teenage years, and now I'm just an old man. Let me see. If you ever land up on here, I promise to wave. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Hey, you gotta give us a shout out. No, you can't be waving. You gotta be like, hey, shout out to James at CollectCallFrom. Y gracias a ti. The judges will be like, what? Like, what the hell are you talking about? All right. So let's see here. Let me pop out the chat, and let me get the other chat going here. And for those of you that don't like how the screen looks, I run another stream on YT at CollectCallFrom, and that one looks A1. It's 1080p full HD. You don't have to be dealing with this nonsense back here. Look at all of this. It's crazy looking. All right, and let me get this. Just too fast. I think we're good to go. Let me see here. Hey, what's up, Tara? How's it going? The one from today was crazy, right, Tara? Man, that shit, it was like 7 hours long. Man, so we did like 7 hours on Utah. Then we did another 7 hours in Connecticut. It was bananas. Hey, that one guy, like the guy before this one, that fool was tripping, right? He went off on the parole board. I gotta go back on that one. I gotta clip it. Has it ended? Is it over yet, or is it still going on? The parole board hearing. Hey, what's up, Mama Bear? How's it going, Mom of two? You make me watch these cases funny. You know what I'm saying? What up, Tonka? Did it end already or barely started? Oh no, it hasn't even started yet. We're here early. It should be starting any moment now. Oh, I hope it is. Sheesh, still going. That's right. I missed it. Nah, we haven't even started yet. We're just waiting for it to start up. As a matter of fact, let me see. Hey, what's up? How's it going, Gina? All right. So for those of you that are showing up now, right now, you guys are not too late. It hasn't even started yet. So don't panic. Don't panic. It ended already? Okay, I'm gonna cut it then if it ended on the no more cases. All right. Let's see what it is. 7 hours strong. Oh yeah, it ended already. I'm gonna cut it. Pull those people over here. Vámonos. Bam. Hey, what up? What up? Good evening, Uncle Harvey. Gracias. The brown Uncle Harvey, if you will. You know, we gotta differentiate right here. Don't want to get confused. Let me see. All right. So hopefully we will have a few more people from the parole board hearing joining us shortly. And let me see here. All right. Let's see here. Found you here. I was on TikTok. Hey, what's up, Chris? Hey, welcome over, man. Highly appreciate it. Post it. Yeah. So once I'm done with this hearing, I'll go ahead and that hearing I gotta chop it up because it's way too long. It's freaking over 7 hours long. It was a marathon today. You guys, whoever stood in that one all day, you guys are real ones. You guys are really dedicated to this parole board hearing game here at CollectCallFrom. All right. And you know what? While we're waiting right here, I'm just going to jump on my other phone to make sure this thing doesn't start and we miss it because I'm definitely not trying to miss any minutes of these hearings here. Let's see, Maricopa Court. How is everybody doing today? Where are you guys tuning in from? If you guys don't mind sharing. Also, hey, I really appreciate you guys. Whether you're tapping like this, if you're tapping like this, if you're tapping the double fingers, if you're doing the triple fingers, or even the 4 fingers, if you're just using all your fingers. But the preferred method that I prefer, if you're going to be tapping, I prefer the octopus method here, you know. Bam, it'll get us to 20K in no time, to the FYP, if you will. And I think I came up with that name. I have never heard anybody call that the octopus. You heard it here first at CollectCallFrom. All right, let's see. Hey, what's the case with Mrs. Dean? I don't know. We got Mama of two coming straight out of Orange County, California. Let me see over here. Say thank you. A Phoenix sent finger heart. Gracias ×5. North Dakota. What? -3? Oh, hell no. That's out the window right there. I couldn't do that. I'm already cold at 60. I'm already freezing my buns off. No, gracias. No, thank you. Let me see what's up with this damn hearing. Maricopa. Let's see here. Let's see. Oh, shit. Hold on. I got to refresh this shit. What the hell's going on? This thing is buffering. All All right, I'm refreshing the web page. It's no bueno. It started already, but I'm not sure what the hell's going on. There. All right, cool. We're back in the game like EA Sports. It's in the game. All right, cool. All right, cool. We're good. We're good. Let me see. Bro, WTF. I'm watching from, oh, that's right, Florida. That's right. That's right.
I'll call the next one while we look for him. Andrew Menjivar to the podium and Monica Martinez to the chair.
Well, right now we're in Maricopa. Hey, what's up? What's up, Cha-Cha? Hey, what's up? Yo, I'm in here. Hey, welcome. I can't even see your name. There's too many O's on there. Or yo, or, I don't know. Was it oddly pixelated?
Good evening, sir. Could I get your name and date of birth?
Andrew David Menjivar, April 28, 1997.
Damn, this would look mighty rough.
Thank you, sir. And it does look like we're here on one case on the calendar, and it's a failure
I don't know. It's
to appear bench warrant that was issued for you. I'm going to affirm the attorney that was previously appointed to represent you and give you some hearing dates. You have a status conference February 20th at 8:30, and a preliminary hearing February 24th at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $2,500. You can use a bail bonding company.
Hey, so it's their website that's tripping. If you're on the stream and wondering, that little wheel that's turning right there, if you look, you see right here, their website is tripping. It's no bueno. I don't think they paid their internet bill.
This case, if you do post bond, you have written conditions of release to include contacting your probation officer within 72 hours. You'll need to ensure you attend that hearing to avoid any failure to appear warrant and forfeiture of any bond you may post. All of that will be in your paperwork. Did you have any questions?
No, thank you.
Okay, if you'll step to your left, they'll give you your paperwork. Caitlin Devani to the podium and Trevor Jenkins to the
What up, corn dog?
chair. Good evening. Could I get your name and date of birth?
Yes, Caitlin Devani, June 23rd, 1985.
Thank you, ma'am. It does look like you're here on one case, and it's a failure to appear bench warrant that was issued for you. I'm going to affirm the attorney that was previously appointed to represent you and set a non-witness violation hearing on February 20th at 8:30. I am affirming the secured appearance bond of $2,000 in this case. You can use a bail bonding company. If you do post bond, you have written conditions of release you need to comply with. It will include contacting your probation officer within 24 hours. All of that information will be in your paperwork. Did you have any questions?
You see that right there?
Is there, may I request any possibility of getting a reduction of the bond? I already have a $1,500 posted so far for this case. And if you can tell, I was on my way to work. I got stopped. I mean, on my way to court. I'm sorry, this morning.
Are you being held on anything else?
No, but no, I'm not.
And what do you mean you already have $1,500 posted on this case?
So I've posted bond on this case.
Previously? Or what do you mean? Can you explain that further to me?
Yeah, previously. I'm going through revocation currently, so I had a court date today, and I didn't go because I got stopped for speeding, and I didn't get a ticket for that. However, I have $1,500 secured already. Like I said, it was just today, so I don't even know if I have a forfeiture hearing or anything.
Man, you need to cut it out, lady.
It hasn't been set yet, but I'm sure that that's something they will look into if you already posted a $1,500 bond in the past.
She's lying. Don't be confused. She's lying, Kimberly. Don't
Have you had any contact with your attorney today?
No, not yet. I didn't have his phone number.
I hope not, because I wouldn't get my way fees.
Of your probation. I'm going to appoint an attorney to represent you and set a probation revocation hearing on February 20th at 8:30. I am affirming the secured appearance bond of $250 in this case. If you post bond, you'll have written conditions of release. It will include contacting your probation officer within 72 hours. All of that will be in your paperwork. Did you have any questions, sir? Okay, just step to your left. They'll give you that paperwork. Thank you. Michael Cantazero to the podium and Mark Cedillo to the chair. Good evening. Could I get your name and date of birth?
It's Michael Catanzaro, and date of birth is 12/30/92.
Thank you so much, sir. It does look like you have two cases on the calendar this evening. Looks like they're both grand jury warrants. The first grand jury warrant is for an offense date of January 29th, 2024 for one count of theft means of transportation, a Class 3 felony. I am going to appoint an attorney to represent you and set an arraignment hearing on February 20th at 8:30. I am affirming the secured appearance bond of $500 in this case.
I didn't hear.
Your second case is also a grand jury warrant with an offense date of March 14th, 2024 for one count of dangerous drug possession, a Class 4 felony, and one count of drug paraphernalia possession, a Class 6 felony. I'm going to appoint counsel in that case as well, and you'll have the same arraignment hearing of February 20th at 8:30 on this case, and you have the same secured appearance bond of $500. So between the two cases, it's a secured appearance bond of $1,000. You can use a bail bonding company. If you do post bond, you'll have written conditions of release you'll need to comply with. You'll need to ensure you attend that hearing to avoid a failure to appear warrant, as well as forfeiture of any bond you may post. All of that will be in your paperwork. Did you have any questions, sir?
I did. My situation is kind of like the woman's that was above. I was literally at court today and was served these warrants while I was literally at the pulpit like I am now, speaking with the judge. So I have a lawyer already that is was working on things with the prosecution too, and they went and spoke to the judge and then came back with the two packets. And they said because the warrants were issued, they had to move forward with it. There was, so I do have a lawyer that's already appointed. It's all very new, and I've just been in custody since this morning. Mm-hmm. My question is, I had already paid a bond for what I had showed up today, and that considered, I was wondering if it's at all possible to do a own recognizance on the new charges, just considering I've made it to every court date and have shown that I've been checking in and doing all the things I need to do in terms of release.
So because these are grand jury warrants, I have no information other than what the charges are. Mm-hmm. I don't have any background information, and the people who did hear that information believed that it was appropriate to set these bonds with that information. And because of that, I am going to affirm the bonds that they set.
Okay.
If you are still in custody at your hearing on February 20th, then you'll speak to your attorney at that time, and they'll have additional information, and they can argue for different release conditions at that time, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you. If you step to your left.
Hey, for the lagging, I have two options. I could either cut the stream and call it a night, or
Mark
just let it run
Cedillo
the way it
podium.
is. I don't have any control over the lag.
Fonville to the chair. Good evening. Can I get your name and date of birth?
Mark Anthony Cedillo, 12/08/2001.
Thank Thank you, sir. And it does look like you're here on a grand jury warrant that was issued for you. It's for an offense date of July 5th, 2024. It includes 1 count of narcotic drug possession, a Class 4 felony, 1 count of drug paraphernalia possession, a Class 6 felony, and 1 count of criminal trespass in the 3rd degree, a Class 3 misdemeanor. I'm going to appoint an attorney to represent you and set an arraignment hearing on February 20th at 8:30 in the morning. I am affirming the secured appearance bond.
So if you look right here, you see that little wheel turning right there. That's on their end. If we're lagging,
Whether or not the court is willing to give you credit for time served, that's definitely something your attorney can argue for when you get to trial, or if you take a plea agreement. Your hearing for this case, your first hearing is February 20th. So if you're scheduled to be released February 22nd, then it'll be a couple days before you're released, and so you can talk to your attorney about whether or not the bond will remain, or if the bond can be reduced and be released still on February 22nd at the time this current charge is set to be finished on.
So that is possible.
It's something your attorney can argue. Like I said, because you haven't been found guilty yet, we can't discuss that today because I don't even know if you're going to be found guilty. But if you are, or you do end up taking a plea, that's something your attorney can argue is any time that you have served pending the trial, whether or not they can be counted towards any days that you may have to serve on this case if it comes to that.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Anything else, sir?
No, ma'am.
Okay, just up to your left, they'll give you your paperwork. Thank you.
Thank you.
Your Honor, I got Dustin Cliff.
Thank you so much. If we can have Dustin Cliff to the podium.
all right. Man, they need to pay their internet bill. They need to up the Mbps's over there. They're definitely.
Good evening. Can I get your name and date of birth?
Dustin Cliff, Enos, 1986.
Thank you, sir. And it does look like we are here on a failure to appear bench warrant. I am going to affirm the attorney that was previously appointed to represent you. You're going to have a status conference on February 20th at 8:30 in the morning, and I am affirming the secured appearance bond of $2,500. If bond is posted, you have written conditions of release you need to comply with. You'll need to ensure you attend that hearing to avoid future failure to appear warrants and forfeiture of any bond that you may post. All of that will be in your paperwork. Did you have any questions, sir?
No.
Okay, you'll step to your
What's up
left,
with
they'll
this
give you
dude?
that paperwork.
Oh, that wearing a hoodie? He needs to take that off.
Bondville to the podium and Mr. Lamb to the chair.
What does he think? He's walking down a dark alley? This is court. This is a place of business. Carry ourselves with respect here. It's cold outdoors. You, sir, take that thing off of your head, or you will be held in contempt of court. What court is this? This is gonna be Maricopa County. Oh, what the what?
This is the podium. Feel it?
Is she blind?
Good evening, ma'am. Can I get your name and date of birth?
Trishawn Monique Fonville, 11/17/99.
Thank you, ma'am. It does look like we have one case on the calendar here this evening, and it is a probation violation warrant. With allegations, you have violated terms 3 and 5 of your probation. I'm going to appoint an attorney to represent you and set a probation revocation hearing on February 20th at 8:30 in the morning. I am affirming the secured appearance bond of $750. You can use a bail bonding company. If you do post that bond, you'll have written conditions of release you need to comply with, and it will include contacting your probation officer within 72 hours. Did you have any questions, ma'am?
Yes. I was unable to do whatever it is they wanted me to do because I was in the hospital, and I have a surgery scheduled in the next couple of days for my retina because I can't see. I feel like I shouldn't even really be here right now because this is like a this is a medical emergency that I go and have this surgery here in a couple of days. They said that since I came here today and took care of this, that I would be able to set another court date and be able to come back and go to that court date. That's what they told me whenever I came here. That's why I came here to get this taken care of, you know. I make the promise that I will come to the court date and I'm here to take care of this, but I need to make sure that I go and have this surgery. I don't know how I'm supposed to wait until February 20th and I can't see anything.
Did she say she can't see
Legally.
nothing or anything?
So that's what I'm here to ask, if I can set that court date and I can make the promise to be there.
How are you gonna be there? You can't even see. I mean, with
So
all
it
due
does look
respect.
like you were picked up today on this warrant. It doesn't appear as though you self-surrendered, and it does appear you did attempt to escape at the time the officers
No, I
did
did
arrest
not.
you.
How did
No,
she
I
escape if she's
told them,
blind?
I let them know that I would want to go and take care of this. We talked about it.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and affirm the secured appearance bond of $750.
Even though I have surgery in a couple of days, so here they're going to have to transport me and take me to my surgery. They're going to have to take me here.
They don't have to do nothing.
And you can discuss that with the officers, and you can also contact your attorney, but I am going to affirm the secured appearance bond.
So I'm asking you if I could set this court date and come back. I'll be released with whatever conditions I need to, or ankle monitor. I have an address, but legally, I can't see anything. I can't be in custody. I can't be here. I can't see at all. I'm waiting on my Social Security. Like, I would really ask if I could be released to any type of conditions possible, even wearing an ankle monitor. I have an address.
And I understand that, and I appreciate that. The warrant that was issued does have a bond of $750, and the court is affirming that. So you will have to post bond in order to be released from custody. Otherwise, you'll see your next appearance on February 20th.
Can I have a sooner court date? Because in 3 days I have to be in surgery. So can I have a sooner court date, please?
That's the soonest court date I have available, ma'am.
Nothing sooner than that, because this is important.
She's gonna
I
get
understand,
tased.
ma'am. I have nothing further, or
She's gonna
nothing
get tased.
sooner than that date. If you'll step to your left, they'll give you your paperwork.
Hold on to me, honey. Let's
So
go.
what am I supposed to do if I need someone to guide me around everywhere and I'm in jail? I have that at home.
Can I have Mr. Lamb to the podium and Mr. Michael Hernandez to the chair?
Up next on The Price is Wrong. Man, that sucks. If she's really blind,
Hello.
that
Hello,
sucks.
can I get your name and date of birth?
Carlson Blake, GyroLamb,
And your date of birth.
2188.
She's
Thank you,
blind.
sir. And it does look like we have one case on the calendar, and it's a failure to appear bench warrant that was issued for you.
I apologize about that.
I'm going to go ahead and affirm the attorney that was previously appointed to represent you and give you some hearing dates. You're going to have a status conference on February 24th at 8:30 in the downtown Superior Courthouse on Jefferson Street. I am affirming the secured appearance bond of $750 in this case. If you post that bond, you'll have written conditions of release you'll need to comply with. You'll need to ensure you attend that hearing to avoid a future failure to appear warrant and forfeiture of any bond that you may post. All of that will be in your paperwork. Did you have any questions?
Yeah, so, my shares bond, do they have to pay 10% of that, or is it secured, they have to pay the whole 750?
It is secured, meaning you can use a bail bonding company. Bail bonding companies are typically going to be 10% plus collateral. You would just have to contact the bail bonding company and sign a contract with them.
Okay. I mean, is there any way to, because I have been going to court every single day, and I am in recovery right now by tomorrow's program. I was wondering, is there any way possible that I can get released, whether it be on ink monitor or any other way? I have been going to court every single day. The reason I missed the court this time is because I thought it was the 9th. It was it was on the 9th. I thought it was the 6th, or it was the 6th. I thought it was the 9th, and I called him, and he's like, "Oh, your court's today." And I said, "Oh, well, I'm at work." He's like, "Well, let me reschedule it," and then I never did, and I got arrested before the rescheduling.
Hey, how's it going?
I have never missed court before.
Oh,
I've
really?
always been in court. I have a job. I have an address. I do have bills I do have to pay. Is there any other way we can? It was just a hiccup in the mix of, like, I'm going to trial court looking at 16 years, so there's something I'm not messing around with.
I hate those
So I
hiccups.
do see that you have 11 previous failure to appears. So I am going to
11?
affirm the $750 bond. Okay?
Yeah.
Did you reprint that? Okay. If
Damn,
you'll step to your
that's-
left, they'll bring you your paperwork.
He had a pretty consistent hiccup problem right there. 11 in a row. Sheesh.
We had to reprint the paperwork, officer.
He said,
Michael Hernandez to the
a minor
podium and
hiccup.
Mr. Medina to the chair.
People and these damn excuses. Oh, she's them hiccups. Damn, I got hiccups now. What's going on? It might be contagious.
Good evening. Can I get your name and date of birth?
Michael Hernandez, May 4th, 1989.
Thank you, sir. And it does look like we have two cases on the calendar here. The first one is a Superior Court probation violation warrant with allegations of violating terms 3 and 5 of your probation. I'm going to appoint an attorney and set a probation revocation hearing on February 20th at 8:30. In this case, you have a secured appearance bond of $500. Looks like you also have a Justice Court warrant that was issued for you from the Agua Fria Justice Court. And it looks like it's for an offense date of May 28th, 2020, related to a criminal trespass, and you failed to appear at a hearing in October of 2020. I'm going to appoint counsel in that case as well and set an arraignment hearing on February 19th at 8:30 in the morning. And in this case, you have a $50 secured appearance bond. So between the two cases, you have a secured appearance bond of $550. If you post that bond, you'll have written conditions of release. It will include contacting your probation officer within 72 hours. Then you'll have to attend those two hearings, and they will be in different locations. Dates, times, and location addresses will be printed in your paperwork. Did you have any questions?
No.
Okay, if you'll step to your left, they'll give you that paperwork.
Next.
Mr. Medina to the podium and Ruby Navarek to the chair.
He knows the program. Hey, excuses for what? Like, just, hey, you did the crime, do the time now. You did a failure to appear.
Good evening. Can I get your name and date of birth?
Leonel Medina, 22393.
Thank you, sir. And it does look like you are here on a failure to appear bench warrant that was issued. I'm going to affirm the attorney that was previously appointed to represent you. I'm going to set a status conference on February 20th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on February 24th at 8:30. I am affirming the secured appearance bond of $500. If you post that bond, you'll have written conditions of release you need to comply with, and you'll need to ensure you attend those hearings to avoid a future failure to appear warrant and forfeiture of any bond that you may post on this case. Did you have any questions?
The only thing that I've been in federal custody, and they brought me here on this charge because I wasn't able to, since when I caught the charges, they took me the next day to federal. So after that, I haven't been able to come back to court, so until now.
And so are you still, do they still have a hold on you, the federal court?
Yeah, I believe so, yes. I only have 4 more months left, so that's why.
Okay. So then, if you want to get this resolved, I wouldn't recommend posting the bond at this time, because that way you'll still be held here in the Maricopa County Jail. They'll take you to these hearings, and you can potentially get this resolved and potentially credit for the time that you're in custody right now. If you post the bond and federal court still has hold on you, they'll take you back, you'll miss the hearings again, and it might be, you might do this process over again. So as long as the bond remains, then you'll stay in custody here and you'll be available for these hearings. That's okay. Any other questions?
No.
Okay, if you'll take a seat or step to your left, they'll give you your paperwork.
All right, thank you.
Ruby Navarek to the podium and Brittany Gibb or Gibe to the chair.
Okay, so we had the blind lady, we had the hiccup guy, we had that other lady.
Good evening. Can I get your name and date of birth?
Yeah, Ruby Maverick, 4/12/1987.
Thank you, ma'am. And it does look like we have 3 cases on the calendar. It looks like we've got 2 probation violation warrants, and they've alleged you violated terms 3 and 5 of your probation in each case. I'm going to appoint counsel in each case and set a probation revocation hearing on February 20th at 8:30. That applies to both probation cases. You have a secured appearance bond of $100 in each of your probation cases. But you also have a Goodyear Municipal Court warrant that was issued for you, and it looks like it relates to an offense date of August 11th, 2017. It was for a DUI, and it appears as though you maybe failed to pay some fines there. In that case, I'm going to appoint counsel as well and set an arraignment hearing in the Goodyear Municipal Court on February 19th at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond of $50 in that case. So between your 3 cases, it's a secured appearance bond of $250, 2 hearings. One will be in the Maricopa County Superior Court and one will be in the Goodyear Municipal Court. If you do post that bond and you're released from custody, you'll need to ensure you take yourself to those hearings and contact your probation officer within 72 hours. All of that information will be in your paperwork. Did you have any questions?
No, so it's $250 total?
Total for the 3 cases.
Okay.
Correct.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Brittany Guide to the podium and Nicholas Evans to the chair.
She didn't even, no excuses. She took it in the chin. Hey, Shannon, how's it going?
Good evening. Can I get your name and date of birth?
Brittany Guide, 90195.
Thank you, ma'am. And it does look like you're here on a South Mountain Justice Court warrant that was issued for you. It looks like it's for an offense date of August 31st, 2023 for criminal trespass in the 3rd degree, a Class 3 misdemeanor. I am going to appoint counsel in this case and set an arraignment hearing that will take place in the South Mountain Justice Court on February 19th at 8:30 a.m. You have a secured appearance bond of $150 in this case. If you post bond, you'll have written conditions of release you'll need to comply with, and you'll need to ensure you attend that hearing on February 19th. All of that will be in your paperwork. Did you have any questions? Okay, if you'll step to your left, I'll give you that paperwork.
Hey, does
Nicholas
anybody...
Evans to the podium and Vincent Barehand to the chair.
Hey, does anybody remember the guy with the dogs? Was that yesterday night? Because I got to clip that one. That guy that was going to call his mom and he didn't know what he was going to tell his mom. Can you guys refresh my memory? Would really appreciate it. My memory is... I got the was it the 10 o'clock
Can I
one?
get your name and date of birth?
My name is Nicholas Evans. Date of birth 3/12/84.
Thank you, sir. And it does look like we're here on a new Superior Court case. It does include 1 count of narcotic drug possession, a Class 4 felony, and 1 count of disorderly conduct, a Class 1 misdemeanor.
I thought they threw the disorderly conduct out in the last court.
So this is a new charge for February, as of today. They've listed 1 count of disorderly conduct, a Class 1 misdemeanor.
Yes, I know.
All right, cool. Thank you, guys. Kimberly,
I got both
thank you, Kimberly.
them other 2 charges dropped earlier.
Were you seen by a city court?
Yes, over there.
Okay. I don't know what information they have because I don't have access to it, but I am going to appoint an attorney to represent you. And so keep the paperwork you have in your hand to present to your attorney to determine whether or not he wants to ask the court to have that charge dropped, okay, when you get to your next hearing. You're going to have a status conference on February 27th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on March 3rd at 8:30. I am releasing you today on your own recognizance as your promise to appear at those hearings. You're going to have written conditions of release you're going to need to comply with, and then ensure you attend those hearings to avoid a failure to appear warrant. All of this will be in your paperwork. Did you have any questions?
I'll look at the paperwork.
Okay, if you'll step to your left, I'll give you that paperwork. Vincent Barehand to the podium and Toby Beecham to the chair.
Vincent Barehand? He must be a native.
Good evening. Could I get your name and date of birth?
Vincent Barehand, 10/21/1990.
Thank you, sir. And it does look like we're here on a new Superior Court case. It does include 1 count of criminal trespass in the 1st degree, a Class 6 felony. Probable cause has been found, and I'm going to appoint an attorney to represent you. You're going to have a status conference on February 27th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on March 3rd at 8:30. I am releasing you today on your own recognizance at your promise to appear at that hearing. You do have written conditions of release you need to comply with, and it will include not returning to the scene of any alleged crime, no contact with any alleged victims, complainants, or witnesses. All of that will be in your paperwork. Did you have any questions?
No.
Okay, just step to your left. They'll give you that paperwork.
Hey, I
Toby
don't know,
Beecham to the podium and Darren Furlong to the chair.
but natives, they got some of the coolest names around.
Good evening. Can I get your name and date of birth?
Toby Christina Beecham, 10/12/76.
Thank you, ma'am. And it does look like we have 2 cases on the calendar, and they're both from the Maryville Justice Court. It looks like the first one is for an offense date of October 19th, 2020, and the other is November 21st, 2020, and they both relate to criminal trespassing charges. It looks like you maybe have failed to appear at a hearing in 2021 for these charges. Due to the nature of your charges, you're not entitled to court-appointed counsel, but you can hire one at your own expense. I'm going to set an arraignment hearing on March 5th, 2025 at 11 a.m. in the Maryville Justice Court. That applies to both of your cases. I am going to release you today on your own recognizance. That's your promise to appear at that hearing. Your paperwork is going to include that information along with the date, time, and location for that hearing. Did you have any questions?
Oh, ma'am.
Okay, just up to your left, they'll give you that paperwork. Darren Furlong to the podium and Caitlin Devani to the chair.
Next. On The Price is Wrong. Let's see who's coming up. You never know. It's like a box of chocolates here. You never know what you're going to get.
Good evening, sir. Can I get your name and date of birth?
Darren Furlong, 8896.
Thank you, sir. And it does look like we're here on a warrant, or 3 warrants actually, coming out of the state of Texas. Did you get an opportunity to review that laminated folder they gave you?
Yes. 3.
You have 3 warrants out of
For
the
what?
state of Texas. Looks like they're all different. One is for obstruction. One is for harassment of a public servant. And the third one is assault on a peace officer.
Damn, he's going to prison.
You have a choice to make today. You have a couple of options, and your options are you can say you're ready for Texas to come pick you up, meaning you're willing to waive your rights and have them extradite you back to Texas. If you chose to do that, you would be held in the Maricopa County Jail, non-bondable, starting tomorrow, so long as you don't have any other local charges pending for up to 30 days, giving Texas 30 days to come pick you up. Or you have the option to have a hearing set here in Maricopa County. That would be set on February 24th at 1:30 in the afternoon. And you would be demanding that the governor of both Arizona and Texas sign an extradition warrant ordering you to go back. In that case, you would be entitled to a secured appearance bond of $50,000 in each case for a total secured appearance bond of $150,000. And that process would take up to 60 to 90 days. So with that information, do you know what you would like to do here today?
Door number one. Door number one. Door number one. D, 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 D.
They're gonna come get me. They're gonna come get me, right? So
you have the right
much.
to a hearing here in Maricopa County, and you have a right to that process if you would like to do that. And that would be demanding that Arizona governor and Texas governor order that you be extradited back. But the other option is you could waive that right and say you're ready for Texas to come pick you up. But again, you would be held non-bondable if you chose that option.
what I'm hearing is basically they would basically they would do it anyway, probably.
I don't know what would happen. Again, if you would have an opportunity to present evidence and a defense to the court before you were extradited to Texas. That's your right to do that if you don't believe you should be, but you also can waive that right if you choose to do so and just say Texas can come pick you up.
I mean, literally it was, well, what would qualify for that?
I'm not sure I understand your question.
So what would make it be like, all right, so I just get back out here?
Meaning if you chose not to waive your rights today?
Right.
So I can't give you legal advice on what
here.
evidence to present to
Really
the court.
doing well. I'm trying to get into a sober living. I'm on a wait list.
Super good.
I have everything going for me here. And if they strand me, bring me all the way back to Texas for this silly, incident.
You're going to prison, bro.
Where I was drinking, and then the cop said that I kicked him or whatever, and they do this.
I hate when
and
that happens.
screw me over that way. Then I would then be all the way back there and screwed as usual.
Texas does not play around. I wouldn't be surprised.
And then they'll probably additionally be like, oh, well,
they're going to give you the chair. This is Texas we're talking
about. We don't really care about it all that much, blah, 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 blah. And I'm just sick of it. I really am trying to better my life. And
you might as well just start embracing the prison experience
right now. So for purposes of tonight, you're going to have to make the decision. If you're not ready to make that decision, I can always set the hearing on February 24th. And if at that time you've had some time to think about it, you could waive at that time or decide to pursue
He's gonna cry. He's gonna cry.
Extradited. But
he's gonna cry.
I can't make the decision for you.
He's gonna cry. Come on.
What does that mean, though? So what? Could I get out on the 24th?
Well, you have a bond of $150,000, so you'd have to post a bond of $150,000 unless the court on February 24th changed that.
Cry. Just cry, bro. Just cry. Let it out. Just cry.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Okay. Then what I'm going to do is, since you're not prepared to waive your rights today, I'm going to set the hearing.
I'm also here on two misdemeanors.
I'm sorry?
2 misdemeanors, I guess. So
you have other charges?
Well, disorderly conduct. So that is.
Are you talking about in the state of Arizona or in
here? Yeah, that's why I got arrested. They said I was disorderly because I had too much to drink.
If you were to waive your rights today, then the 30 days for Texas to pick you up wouldn't start until you resolved those cases.
Right. Well, it's a misdemeanor. I don't know.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and set the hearing.
I'll go ahead and just Yeah, what's 30 days? Okay.
But it's 30 days from once your pending charges have been resolved. So it won't start until those have resolved, and you'll be held non-bondable here in Maricopa County Jail. You won't have any additional hearings set here as it relates to these Texas orders, so you won't be able to undo it if you choose to waive that tonight.
Okay, yep.
Explain when you say yes, what does that mean?
I don't know. No
I guess, yeah, go ahead.
Okay. You're going to have a hearing in the downtown Superior Courthouse on February 24th at 1:30 p.m. That will apply to each of your Texas warrants. You have a secured appearance bond of $50,000 in each of those cases. If you do post bond, you'll have written conditions of release you need to comply with. You'll need to ensure you attend that hearing. If you fail to appear at it, you will then have charges in Maricopa County relating to failing to appear, as well as still the pending charges in Texas. If you'll take a seat to your left, they'll bring that paper.
Hey guys, I gotta start the stream all over again. I'll be back in 2 seconds,
So
okay?
it seems like you're unsure tonight, so we're not going to waive. You can waive on the February 24th.
I don't really want to go all the way back to Texas.
Exactly, and so that's why I'm not going to accept your waiver tonight, but on February 24th, if you've had time to think about it and you would like to do it at that time, you can, okay? So if you'll take a seat out to your left, they'll bring you your paperwork. Caitlin Devani to the podium.
Alabama. Hi, Your Honor.
Hi, ma'am. Can you give me your name and date of birth again?
Yes, it's Caitlin Devani, June 23rd, 1985.
Okay. Give me a second while I take a look further.
Take your time, Your Honor. Take your time. You take all your time, Your Honor. Don't worry, guys. You haven't missed anything. She has to. The lawyer's looking for some papers or something. So don't you worry. You guys haven't missed out on anything. It was perfect timing. Perfect. Well, as long as you don't get here late. Then, hey, KC.
Can I say something real quick, Your Honor? Sure. Okay. So my initial was a $1,000 bond that I posted. I don't remember when it was. And I did have a failure to appear. I believe it was October. I walked in on my son trying to commit suicide, and I took him to the hospital that day. So I had to post another $500 bond as well, which both times I've self-surrendered to the probation department. And I posted the $500. And when I went to my bond forfeiture hearing, I presented the paperwork to the judge, and she didn't forfeit the bond, but she didn't release it. So it's still on this case I don't know what the proper term is. So I have $1,500 secured already with the courts. I mean, right now I only have $200 to my name. I could maybe arrange somebody to possibly help me out with some more. But I've been burdening people with this for like almost 9 months now, and I was set for disposition I think 2 court dates ago, and I'm trying to get this, you know what I'm saying, handled. I'm in contact with my probation officer, sorry, and I haven't missed a court date. Well, like I said, today I got stopped on the way to court and I was detained, and
I hate when that happens.
The officer that I was talking to most of the day told me that he's going to come. He's like, if you don't get released, I will come to Estrella because I'm helping him with something.
Helping him with something.
Separate matter, not.
What? Hey, we need to know
and
a
I won't be
more
able
about
to really
this.
help him with that unless I'm home and I have the paperwork and stuff that I need to present to him.
So now you're cooperating with that. What? They restricted me again? Shit. What's up with this? Helping the police officers with something. That's what I'm saying. Mighty suspects. That sounds mighty super suspect to me.
So it does look like you are on intensive probation, and it looks like, according to your probation notes, there's been a few times even recently you failed to report as directed and you failed to complete the schedule. Some things that you were supposed to complete as it relates to your probation. It looks like also when you were pulled over today, there's potential additional charges coming relating to that.
So can I please explain that, Your Honor?
So I'm going to go ahead and stop you there. I'm going to go ahead and affirm the orders that I previously gave you. So you do have a secured appearance bond of $2,000. Okay, ma'am? If you'll take a seat outside, they'll give you your paperwork.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Next.
And then if we can clear the courtroom in a minute so I can do the last case.
Oh, this is going to be a bad one, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't like these type of cases, I would strongly suggest for you to exit. It's not going to be good. Normally, these cases are pretty horrific and heartbreaking, to say the least. So, you've been warned. Exit if you can't handle what's about to come our way. Yesterday we had the guy with the dogs. So tonight I don't know what it's gonna bring tonight. Seems like it's I don't know. We're about to find out right now, but I'm telling you, if you don't like hearing like crazy ass crimes, this is for entertainment purposes only, writes Crazy Mama 57. Please tap, share, and follow. Thank you, gracias, Casey_. Another person with a dog. I wouldn't be surprised at this point. Thank you for pinning that, Casey_. Highly appreciate it. And this is gonna be the last one of the night right here. Imagine them bringing him out with like a Hannibal Lecter mask or with a spit mask. As a matter of fact, let me make sure the toilet is working right now, because wow, what did the dog guy do? He did the dogs.
I'm gonna do this for it.
She muted it. Yay. Well, it gives me time to make sure the toilet is working. The toilet bowl. Drop one, flush one. Come on, Judge, turn the microphone back on. I hate when they do that. We can't even see his face either because the damn mute button is on his face. I think if they're not letting us listen. Okay.
Good evening, sir. Could I get your name and date of birth?
Roberto Bejarano, 10586.
Thank you so much. It's just going to take my computer a second to get back to that screen.
Technology.
Right.
Slow.
All right. Looks like we are here on a warrant that was issued. It's a direct complaint with an offense date of November 16th, 2020, and it's for one count of failure to register as a sex offender, a Class 4 felony. In this case, I'm going to appoint an attorney to represent you. You're going to have a status conference on February 20th at 8:30. A preliminary hearing on February 24th at 8:30, and you have a secured appearance bond of $1,000. If you post that bond, you have written conditions of release you'll need to comply with, and you'll need to ensure you attend those hearings to avoid a failure to appear warrant and forfeiture of any bonds you may post. All of that will be in your paperwork. Did you have any questions, sir?
No.
Okay, just up to your left, they'll give you that paperwork. Thank you.
Thank you.
He failed to register as
Case
an
number
SO.
18, 32, and 33 are Joseph Wilson, date of birth February 14th, 1967. This will proceed as a house call due to bizarre behavior. The first case is a new Superior Court case with one count of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, a Class 3 felony, and one count of resisting arrest, a Class 1 misdemeanor. Probable cause has been found, and I am appointing an attorney to represent him. I'm setting a status conference on February 20th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on February 24th at 8:30. I'm setting a secured appearance bond of $20,000. If bond is posted, he'll have written conditions of release to include not returning to the scene of the alleged crime, no contact with any alleged victims, complainants, or witnesses. He may not possess any weapons, and he must contact his probation officer within 72 hours. He is also on probation in 2 cases, and it is a Term 1 violation when he was picked up for these new charges. So I am appointing counsel in those cases as well and setting a probation revocation hearing on February 20th at 8:30 in the morning. In those cases, he has a secured appearance bond of $100 in each case, so his total secured appearance bond is $20,200. If anything changes after I meet with him, I will update the written record. And we are going to need to reprint 18 and 32.
They're even gonna be happening tomorrow, Valentine's Day. They happen on New Year's Day. Hey, thank you, KC. They happen on my birthday, on your birthday, Christmas Day, New Year's Day, every single day of the year.
In case number 8, Whitley Heron, date of birth November 26, 1987, will proceed as a house call due to refusing orders. We are here on a probation violation warrant with allegations of violating term 4. I am appointing an attorney and setting a probation revocation hearing on February 20th at 8:30. I am affirming the secured appearance bond of $50. If bond is posted, she will have written conditions of release she needs to comply with, including contacting her probation officer within 72 hours. If anything changes after I meet with her, I will update the written record. We will now stand in recess until the 5 a.m. calendar.
5 a.m. is the next one, which is Arizona time, which is Mountain MST time. If you're in LA, that's going to be 4 a.m. I run these daily, all day, every day. So if you like this type of, I run them on YouTube all the time. On YouTube at CollectCallFrom. If you just want to jump on YouTube, it looks way better over there. On TikTok, I'll jump on whenever I have free time. Okay, so sometimes I got a lot of time, and sometimes I got no time. So it varies. You know, my schedule varies. I don't have a set schedule. I jump on when I can, and I don't jump on when I can't. If that makes any sense. I wish I could jump on more often, but life, wife, work, and all those type of things get in my way. So yeah, that's what it is. Hey, does anybody got any questions for me? Because this is it for the night. There is no more hearings. This is it. Hey, gracias, Phoenix. Highly appreciate that right there. Appreciate that, corazón. Hell yeah. Let me see. Let me see what they say on here. Let me blow this up here because I can't see nada. My eyes are super dry. I gotta get some eye. Thank you, James. Hey, thank you, Tita. Hey, love, brother. That's right, corn dog. Let me see here. Night. Yeah. Here we go. Why do the crazy people who don't comply get their OR small bonds? Hey, it be like that sometimes. There's no rhyme and reason to this. Hey, good night, my friend Phoenix. Gracias. Highly appreciate it. Let me see. Kayla. Thanks, James. Appreciate you a lot. Good night. Hey, I appreciate you guys too. We're a team. We're all of you guys and me. We're like Voltron. We're coming together and we're bringing up these numbers. Hopefully, we'll be hitting 20,000 soon on TikTok, and we're gonna be hitting 5K on YouTube, if you will. So, hey, everybody, have a good night. Hopefully you guys are with your loved ones, the people you love, and if you're not, then just jump on here when you want, and we'll try to help you out with cracking a smile at somebody else's expense. But also, there's a lesson to be learned from these things, okay? Don't do crimes. Hey, see you. Have a good night. See you next time. Hey, good night, corn dog. I really appreciate you guys. All right. So, hey, I am Collect Call James. You guys are watching. You have a collect call from. Don't do the crime. That's right. And like I said around here, like a candle in the wind. Life's like a candle. Once you blow it out, it's lights out. And with that, we are out. Rato. You guys have a good one, all right? Hey, Mama too, Kayla. And if I didn't see your name, or I didn't say your name, my apologies. I'll catch you on the rebound, all right? Buenas noches.